Alright, family. Alright. We up. We live. It's real life here on Gye-Nyame Journey. So y'all know we're going to deal with the background noise. The Final Four is on. My family love that show, so we're going to go on and struggle through. Oh.
Mr. Diddy.
It's out. We up. Shouts out to Miss Jill Jackson. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully my brother's there with you. What's up, brother Allende? Let's kick it. About to get it in. Lines are open. I will be posting up the number. We're going to be kicking it. Oh, the black signal has went out. CeeLo is in the house. We got your shirt. Hey, Gina, come on and give me one of these pink shirts so I can show her pink shirt. I want her to see it live and in person. It's going down the Gye-Nyame Journey. Almost make me want to rhyme. I know y'all like, why is the color gray? Well, the colors of Gye-Nyame Journey is black and silver. Long explanation for that. But hey, oh man, I can't wait for you to get it. Family, when you get these shirts, what I need y'all to do is to put them on, take a picture so we can post it up on Gye-Nyame Journey. Because listen, this is growing. We growing. Lines are open. There we go, right here. Lines are open. The line is open. Oh, not yet. I'm gonna have large. Hopefully they'll be coming in tomorrow. We'll get them printed up. It's gonna be popping off, family. I got you. It's about to go down. These proverbs. These gonna be life changers. Like and share. Oh, okay, well, I'm going to get some white ones then. Hey, we're going to get some white ones. But this one ain't thick enough. This was the practice one. So I'm going to get some heavy-duty V-necks. That'll be next. But first, we got to go and work through what we got right now. Because Gye-Nyame Journey, of course, is working on a budget. Lines are open. We going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Family, it has been a busy day. We are getting ready. School will be back in soon. We're trying to get everything together so that we can go and service the community in the way that we do, build the community in the way that we do, build this tribe in the way that we do. Nobody does it better than Gye-Nyame Journey. You know what I'm saying? We got the Tawi family in the house. We got Gye-Nyame Journey tribe in the house. We got, man, listen. I'm just so excited because the other day, I need y'all to know this, right? The other day, while I'm doing my research, yesterday, I was reading to y'all the Black Radicals, right? Black Radicals. Oh, Gina done grabbed her glass. She about to join me. If I know she was going to join me, I would have flipped the screen. But she come sit down here because it's almost the end of the summertime. You know, don't be scared to throw us some chats. Now, this is what I'm excited about, right? I'm reading about the Black Panther Party. Now, y'all know a lot of people get excited about the Black Panther Party. I get a little bit excited about the Black Panther Party because I like what they did. But you know, I am from the lineage of Afro-Sac. I'm from the lineage of Afro-Sac, right? And that's cool. But listen, I want you to understand this. Understand this and listen in. Listen very close. Black Panthers had a school. I said that, right? I keep repeating that, right? Black Panthers had a school. We got a school. We got a garden that's growing into a farm. Kids is going to, the children are going to the farmer's market and people are coming out in droves and supporting their work and eating food that's being grown by the hands of our children. Our children. So, I mean, I could look at all the statistics because we go through some stuff and it be looking bleak, but we always are able to find these little jewels, these little red jewels that's out here. Come on up here. Yes, Sasha. Baby, listen, I'm on my show. I'm on my show. What you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? I tell your mom. Go upstairs, tell your mom. You know what I'm saying? So now, we are constantly building, and we got to keep building. Now, but I posted something up on my timeline that a lot of people might be getting excited about because it means opportunity. Now, let me just let you know when I grew up. I was born a very, very long time ago. Let me slide it over so Gina, you're gonna have to come sit on this side, baby, so that they can see you. Like that. Alright, I was born a very long time ago, and when I was young, the thing to be was a millionaire. And they had a show on air, and I constantly remind y'all that it's called The Beverly Hillbillies. And The Beverly Hillbillies was about a country dude, I think from Tennessee, who struck oil when he was hunting for a rabbit. He shot the ground, and oil came up out the ground. And he became rich. Vast amounts of money. And at that time, Jed Clampet's was worth $30 million. Now, this was in black and white. $30 million. You know what I'm saying? Now, I want y'all to think about that. $30 million. He was rich. Right? So then we move into the 70s and the 80s. And then we start getting people with hundreds of millions of dollars. And when I say people, I'm not talking about us. Right? We move into the 90s and the 2000s. We get the first billionaires start emerging. Right? 2000s. Right? We got billionaires, people with possibly close to $100 billion. Jeff Bezos was estimated this year to have $135 billion. Right? Today, they just announced that Apple Computers is worth $1 trillion. It has a market cap of $1 trillion. Now, what does that mean for us as black folks? Because I know some of us get excited and be like, well, it means more opportunity for us. But actually, family, it means there's less opportunity for you. What this shows us is that wealth is freezing. Wealth is calcifying at the top. And they are not allowing it to flow, which is choking the middle class. And if the middle class is choking, that means black folks are damn near dead. I want us to understand that. Now, I just got done talking about the hopefulness. Not even the hopefulness, the actual work that's being done. Now, I ain't saying none of this so we can stop our hustle, so we can stop our grind. Because here in Gye-Nyame, we believe in a heart hustle. Right? A lot of y'all are stomach hustlers. Let me say that again. A lot of y'all are stomach hustlers. I ain't talking to the Daily Toasters. I ain't talking to my family. I'm talking to those that might pop in every now and then. Right? I'm talking to those that might visit this. Right? I'm trying to get y'all out of stomach hustling and get you into heart hustling. What's heart hustling, Brother Hatim? First off, let me describe stomach hustling. A stomach hustler is somebody that hustles merely for their belly. They hustle to satisfy physical hungers. Right? I need rims. I need a nice car. I need a nice house. right? I'm hungry right now. I need to get some food. We hustle from the stomach, right? Which means that in a sense, when I'm hustling for a hunger, anything goes. Because when hunger is upon us, right? When a hunger is upon us, it means a lot of times that some of the conventions go out the window. Some of the virtues go out the window. So we hustle from the stomach. And through the 70s, 80s, and 90s, many of us was taught stomach hustle. It's about you. It's about satisfying your hunger. It's about you getting yours. You know what I'm saying? M.O.B. Y'all remember that, money over bitches? Right? Y'all remember that? And I need us to, we need to really look at this. This is the hustle that we was taught. But now, here at Gye-Nyame, we're here to talk to you about heart hustling. Hustling from the heart. Hustling for something bigger than you. Hustling, look, oh, Gina trying to show off her shirt. Hustling for something larger. Hustling from the heart. Hustling from the heart. Hustling because that's what we do. See, when we was building the pyramids, we was heart hustling. When we was building the wall of Great Zimbabwe, we was heart hustling. When we built Black Wall Street, we was heart hustling. And when we built all these little small little towns all over America, we was heart hustling. Hustling from the heart. And we got to get back to that. Because the stomach hustling allows us to justify a nigga selling dope to our mothers, to our fathers, and our children. This stomach hustle justifies us allowing a motherfucking rapist to live in our community. This stomach hustle allows us to bend our values, and we need to start hustling from the heart. We need to pick it back up. So, Miss CeeLo said, "Hi, Gina."
Hi, Miss CeeLo.
So that's my little couple of minute rant for right now. But here we go. Let's go and pull out these proverbs and let's see what we got this morning. Oh, my fault, this evening.
This night.
It's night. You right. Cleveland, could you get this shirt and put it in the bag for me, please? Day 37. Obey the principles without being bound by them. That's Bruce Lee. That's a very interesting after I just got done talking about the stomach hustle. Let's go and look at that proverb. Go ahead. Read it.
Freedom is never...
Try to sound it out. Voluntarily
given by the
oppressor.
It must be, am I right?
No, demanded
by the
oppressed.
Freedom
is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed. That's Martin Luther King Jr. And the last one is success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. Now, somebody that's out there, whether you're on Spreaker or whether you are on Facebook, if you would, type in which one you want me to start with first. 1, 2, or 3. I'll give y'all a second. Give me some time to drink my water and cool down. Excuse me. All right, so let me share a drink with y'all. Watch your hands. Watch your hands. You almost shut me off. Pass me that, please.
What?
No, yeah, there you go.
Don't drop it.
This right here is not ambrosia, but this is my tea mix. I'm experimenting with a new tea mix. Once again, this one is super high quality. So I moved up So now I'm creating my own blend. So eventually we might have some Gye-Nyame Journey tea out here. All right. This is my tea blend with a little bit of raw honey and bee pollen. Y'all know we big on that bee pollen over here at Gye-Nyame Journey. It's almost time for me to do another pickup. So those of you that's gonna want some bee pollen, y'all need to let me know. And we'll get that money together, and I'll drive down there, pick me up some honey, pick up some bee pollen. All right. So I'm still waiting for a number. Can somebody type in a number between 1 and 3 so we get started? I'm waiting.
Honey in that?
Mm-hmm. You want to try it?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Kind of fruity. Brother Kwame is in the house.
So
Brother Kwame, I just put your shirt in the mail, my brother, even though I know I probably was going to see you on Kaumba. But I just wanted to see how the shirt thing worked. Brother Kwame said number 3. Number 3 it is. We are on day 37, by the way. Those that had the Gye-Nyame Journey book. CeeLo is on Spreaker as well. Go ahead. Use the app. Use the app. Let me know that the app is worth getting. Let me know that the app is something that y'all interested in, because with iOS it's a little bit more complicated. With Android, I pay a $25 fee. I'm able to post up on there whenever I want for this app. But with Apple, it's $100 a year. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna have to hire somebody to upload it because I don't use Apple equipment. So let me know if y'all with me getting the iOS app. I want to get it, but I don't want to spend that money, spend that $100 and put it up and nobody use it. When is the iOS going to be ready? Listen, the iOS is ready. It's just a matter of me raising the money. So we got these shirts. We're going to push these shirts off. We got the ambrosia. And speaking of ambrosia, 2 gallons are already gone. Brother Kwame has already put his order in. And Sister Navita got hers coming. Right? So we about, so if y'all want some, because I'm going to have maybe 3 more gallons available. So that's about 30 bottles, 30 small bottles, or just pure gallons. Y'all need to get with me. Let me know. All right? So we're going to start with number 3. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. Now, this is by a dude by the name of Herman Cain. Now, this one impressed me so because I try to, in most of these proverbs, when you go through the book, the last proverb, I try to find as many African proverbs as I can, and I got to sprinkle throughout the book. Poured. Actually, there's a lot of them poured throughout the book, but I usually always try to make number 3 an African proverb. But this one spoke so heavily to me that I made it a number 3. Right? Success is not the key to happiness. A lot of us hustle backwards. Right? We think that our success will bring us happiness. Right? But when you start looking and you start getting in the professional world, you start looking around you, you see people with the monetary success. You know what I'm saying? The stomach hustle. See, a lot of people doing that stomach hustle, and that stomach hustle don't bring you happiness. It brings you momentary moments. Momentary moments. Right? But it don't give you true happiness. What this proverb is telling us is giving us a secret to life. Happiness is not something you move towards. Happiness is something you move within. Right? A lot of us, we want the happiness in our external life, but happiness is not something that happens in your external life. One of the things that I always remember, when I was in Ghana, right? I would get up early. I mean, those that ever travel with me, I'm one of those that get up and I just walk. Right? You know, I used to amaze people with that shit. You know, they'd be like, where the fuck was you at? I get up and I walk. If there's a hood, I walk through the hood. Most of the times. There's some hoods I stay the fuck away from. But, excuse me, my baby here. She used to it. But anyway, there's some hoods that I don't, but I like to explore. And when I was in Ghana, I would get up in the morning, and I would walk around. And one of the things that really, really struck me was I would see people sweeping the dirt in front of their house. Let me say that again. I would see people getting up, part of their routine to clean up their property would be they would take a broom and they would go out and they would sweep the dirt out in their yard. I mean, ain't no gravel, ain't no cement. It's just dirt. And you sweeping the dirt. And at first, I'm like, why the fuck they sweeping dirt? Why they sweeping dirt? You know what I'm saying? And the lesson for me that came out of that was that was their dirt. They was taking care of what was theirs, and what was theirs, you know what I'm saying? What was there was part of their joy, and they enjoyed it so much that they would go out and even sweep the dirt. It was theirs. Right? A lot of us, we're looking for big things, but these people were able to be happy where they were. You know what I'm saying? And it's an amazing thing when you see these type of things. You know what I'm saying? You be like, you know, because you think you go to some of these countries and they be like, oh, people are poor, they make less than us, they don't have all the conveniences that we have. But I was running into people that was genuinely happy. Genuinely happy. Of course, I ran into some sad ones, you know, because those are everywhere. But I ran into a lot of happy people. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, coming from America, you be suspicious when motherfuckers is smiling and that. You know what I'm saying? Experiences I had. You know what I'm saying? You see people out here, shouts out to Miss Dionne Watson, you see people just happy for no reason. Right? But the key to success is happiness. Success does not come before happiness. Success is not the key to you being happy. Happiness is the key to success. So when you practice being happy, you know what I'm saying? Because you can start learning how to shift your moods. You can learn how to control those. Family? You know what I'm saying? You got to understand as a people what we have come out of. Those of us that are here and have been here for generations. You have to understand that the situations we came out of could have been horrible. But our people was able to find happiness. It didn't mean that they was the richest people. It didn't mean that they were the wealthiest people. It didn't mean that they had the most powerful, but they were able to be happy. Right? And success follows that. That is the key to true success. See, because you can make all this money, you get all the little fancy trinkets, and still be walking around here miserable. Brother Kwame said, read a book a few weeks. He said, I read a book a few weeks ago where a sister of African descent here in Americas was sweeping her dirt. In fact, it was that book that came after To Kill a Mockingbird, called Go Set a Watchman. Right? I mean, family, it's like, and also that happiness. See, because when you're happy, one of the principles that you got to practice, which we teach our young people in the M7, right, is gratitude. Now, and it's crazy that I thought about that because today is the day of gratitude. Because gratitude lines up with Ujamaa, which is cooperative economics. And you can't have cooperative economics if you do not practice gratitude. Gratitude is generated by you being happy with what you have. And it's often saying that you can never get more than you got unless you are happy and can appreciate and grateful for what you already have. Many of us are sitting in the middle of a gold mine, and because we don't realize that we are sitting in the middle, not even because we don't realize we're sitting in the middle of a gold mine, we are just unhappy. And because we're unhappy, we cannot, and we do not get that success that we're constantly striving to get. All right? Sister Tara Haas is on the line. I mean, she's on here as well. Remember, family, lines are open. Let me post up the number. I want to make sure that this number is, go ahead, tell them the number, Gina G. You got to say it loud because the mic is over here.
614-556-4535.
All right, my little co-host right here. Lines are open, so anybody that want to call in and join the conversation. And like I tell y'all all the time, family, don't sit on your wisdom because you never know how your words may affect somebody. So whether you typing them in like Brother Kwame or you calling in like Lady J, I don't know where she is because she's supposed to be calling in, right? Because I already paid her for the rest of her life. So she need to be calling in. So anybody out there with Lady J, y'all need to go and hit her up. Hit her up on Facebook because I'm going to clown her if she don't call in. All right. So it says success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. Now, this is where a lot of us were guided wrong. We were told to pursue the money rather than to pursue our passion. And I know a lot of people get mad about that. Be like, that's stupid. You have to be able to live. But one of the pieces that we have to start understanding and that we have to really start beginning to have faith in is our people. Because this is the issue. I do what I love. My people support me. I got people buying shirts that I didn't even know was listening to what I'm doing. They're supporting what I'm doing because I'm bringing value. And I love what I do. And they sense that. And it makes them feel good to watch me love what I do. Get on here and clown and do what I do and have fun with y'all and learn and build. People enjoy this. So they support what I do. Right? This makes me happy. I'm at school. I'm happy when my kids is around. I'm happy when my kids, well, sometimes. You know what I'm saying? We all have rough spots. But, you know, I love what I do. But when I went to college, the first thing that people told me coming out the hood was I needed to do something that was going to make money. Philosophy wasn't it. Working with people wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? Working, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't it. And I had to stumble into what I'm doing now rather than focusing my studies on perfecting what I do. See, some of us, we chase our kids away from what they love because we fear, because we know that there's a limited, we feel that there's a limited, and the numbers teach us that there's a limited amount of skills that you need. If you ain't doing STEM, you're not going to be successful. You're not going to be successful. And we try to force our kids into wanting to love math, but all of our kids are not mathematicians. All of our kids can do math. I have no doubt about that. All of our kids are not writers. All of our kids can't learn to write because it's practicing. But all of them are not that. And we have to start learning how to accept what they do. We will be broke, but happy. See, and this the piece. And the issue is not broke. It's temporarily out of cash. Is you got a low cash flow. It's not broke. See, because I'm going to tell you somebody broke. Somebody here's a broke person. Somebody that got all the money that they could ever want, but is walking around with a scowl. Yeah, they could pay all their bills, but their stress level is all the way up. They're not happy with what they're doing. They get up and they have to force themselves to go to work. Family, I walk into my place of employment and get love every day. Every day. And I want that for all my people. Where we going and where you work and what you do makes a difference. See, because the piece is this is what community does. This is what community is supposed to do. Right? This is what tribe is supposed to do. Our skills is supposed to be, in a sense, given to the community and the community give back to us. This is when we know, this is how you know the community. This is how you know you got a tribe. This is how you know you got a community. This is how you know you got a true family. Because what you do, right, the tribe recognizes and returns stuff to you. My tribe is slowly growing, but for years, I have been able to produce. Sister CeeLo say, math, gross, no. Oh gosh, she doing the Gina song. No. Right? You know what I'm saying? Okay, and Kwame answered you, Miss CeeLo. Not if you listen to Diane, she hate math. Well, she you think she hate math, but she does math pretty good because she count them damn bullets. You know what I'm saying? So hey, You know, you got to be able to count them bullets. Man comes in handy. You know what I'm saying? And when you're in a gunfight, you need somebody with a calm mind to be able to count them bullets when you busting them shots. That's mathematics. That's mathematics. You know what I'm saying? So family, remember, success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. You know what I'm saying? And it's our responsibility to start making ways for our young people to be able to generate money for some of the stuff they do. I mean, some of it's going to be foolish, and we might need to go and say, all right, cool. Now, I want you to come up with a way that what you're doing right here will benefit the community. Because right now we got a lot of our young people playing this, the Fortnite or whatever, they playing these games. And what we have to start thinking as adults, how can we use this? Is there a way that this whole computer thing, the way our children like dealing with computers, is there a way that we could come up with that it can be financially beneficial not only to these young people, can it be financially beneficial to our tribe? This requires us to get out of the way of thinking that we are right now. Because check this, I'm reading a book. 30-round clip so you don't run out too soon. Shouts out to Miss Cynthia Johnson. I put your shirt is in the mail. It's coming. All right, you ready to get up? You ready to get up? All right, because you whistling and stuff, you know, go on. Yeah. Her attention span, you know what I'm saying? We got to work with those attention spans, right? But family, the piece that I'm trying to get y'all is this, right? We have to find ways and learn how to think in ways. I'm reading a book right now about this white boy. I read a lot of books. This white boy is a legendary comic book writer. If CeeLo has 3 30-round clips, how many rounds does she have? 90 rounds. See, that's a math problem. All you got to do is shape the math for what people like. Right? Now, family. And the story is, and the reason I pick up books like this is because, you know what I'm saying, our ancestors taught us that you can get wisdom at the well with they said washing women or washing men, because I don't want nobody to get mad out there. You can find wisdom anywhere. So I read random books. I read, you know what I'm saying, I pick up stuff that interests me. So this white boy was in love with comic books. He was in love with comic books, and he was weird and he was different. But somebody in his tribe, somebody in his community made a way so that this nerd from England would be able to make money writing some of the masterpiece comic books of this of his generation. Comic books, for many people, is seen as useless, especially during that time. Because he older than me. Especially during his lifetime. Right? They're useless. But they made him a millionaire. And they made other millionaires. Right? People getting royalty checks from stories that they wrote. So, my piece is, how do we start to think in a way that when we find what our children are interested in, how can we expand what they're interested in into the future and be like, boom, that's an idea. Boom, let's work it. Boom, boom, boom. How can we encourage them to develop this skill so that they can use it in a way to make them happy, and with their happiness bring success? Because I'm gonna say to y'all right now, family, that a lot of people that y'all looking at right now that are doing absolutely nothing, that you be like, they're lazy, blah, 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 they're not happy either. They haven't found what makes them happy. And one of the things that we put inside of our young people is a fear. Right? We don't give them the latitude to fail. You know what I'm saying? Because family, it's not necessarily our fault, because we're growing up and we're in a place where we are not given the latitude to fail. Failure for us is one time. You know what I'm saying? People are like, well, Donald Trump went bankrupt. The guy from Hershey's went bankrupt. But as black people, we know innately that we get one shot. But we only get one shot when we're going into other people's realms and other people's world. How about in our community? How many shots should we give our children? How many opportunities should we give our children? Right? Because some of those people that sitting around that you think ain't doing nothing, ain't playing games, you know what I'm saying? Look at them. They look like they're having fun, but are they happy? No, they're broken souls, family. Broken souls. Because this is the only thing that they was good at. This, you know what I'm saying? Nobody appreciates what they, you know what I'm saying? And they're scared to get out and try and other things. Because oftentimes, like for example, I look at some of my kids, and it's like they get punked out by mathematics. They get punked out by reading. Because they you know what I'm saying? When they don't get it right, you're a failure, blah, blah, blah. And some of us got rules that's so stringent. You know what I'm saying? If you don't bring home an A, you know what I'm saying? What? They in the kindergarten. The fuck? They supposed to not color in the lines. Fuck. You supposed to mess up on words. You supposed to stumble. You know what I'm saying? And in that, you get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You get comfortable with making mistakes. And you start learning from your mistake. And you're able to learn from your mistakes. And the only thing is that when you go into somebody else's world, you're not allowed to fail. Because you fail one time, they throw you up out their shit. But in our community, I got to ask, family, how many times should we give each other an opportunity to fail? How many times should we give our children opportunities to fail? How many times should we give them opportunities to mess up? How many times should we encourage them? I'm not saying just allowing them to waste time, but you know, when they working on ventures and struggling with school, can we be comfortable with helping them learn how to fail? Because the only way that the road to success is not only through you being happy, but it's paved from the dust of your the road to success is built from the bricks that was formed from the dust of your failures. Come on, family. Come on. So we got to come up with ways where we can go on and start letting our children expand. We got to come up with ways where we allow each other some latitude to mess up. You know, I had a brother. I got a brother right now in my life who told me exactly 8 years ago, brother, come with me. I'm not going to allow you to fail. What? And what he meant by that was, we experiment. All right, try this. That didn't work. Okay, cool. What's the solution? What did you learn? Boom, boom, boom. Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? That's a brother. You know what I'm saying? That's a true brother. It's like, boom. So I come up with a crazy idea. Okay, shit. All right, cool. Boom, 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 boom. What are you trying to achieve? What is you trying to do? Boom, boom, boom. And he does that. You know what I'm saying? And the piece is, how many other people do y'all have people in your life like that? And are you like that for somebody else? You know what I'm saying? I have young people up under me, and it's boom, go mess up. Yeah, I'm gonna trip. But boom. And when it's just me and you, we gonna get it together, right? Because you got to fail. You supposed to mess up. That's what the initiation process was teaching our young people. That's one of the reasons why you got. See, it's the rites of passage is so much more than what we are even able to fathom, because there's so many different lessons that comes from us tasking our children and putting them in uncomfortable situations and putting them out there and allowing them to fail. Allowing them to go on and burn this fear out of them. Because this fear of failure was put into us. Because I want y'all to think about this, fam. Some of us come from families that picked cotton, and the discipline for not being able to pick the proper amount of cotton for you was being beat. So you weren't allowed to fail. Failure became a bad thing. So your parents would start disciplining you to keep you from failing, and not give you the latitude that other people allow their children. So our children come up wound up, tight and shit, and when they get a C, they flipping the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I swear, I have had children who got C's that I would have to carry down the hall because they fall out and they're crying and they're ashamed. They don't want to go home. They're scared to go home. And this is the environment that we're raising our children up in, and we expect them to be happy. We think they're going to be happy when they're making money, but money don't make you happy. Never has and never will. Power don't make you happy. The ones that really are able to yield the power, to wield the power, not yield, really able to wield the power in a proper way. The ones that's able to use the resources in the proper way are individuals that are in a place of happiness. They're happy already. Not those who believe that when they got to that position they would be happy. This call is being recorded. Somebody done called in. Who is on the phone?
It's CeeLo.
What's up, Miss CeeLo?
Wow, man. I'm sitting here having serious flashbacks.
You say, who having a serious flashback? You?
I was.
Oh, okay.
That was me. I was not allowed to get anything lower than a B in anything. And I was actually good at everything except for one thing. That was math. And I got a C in math in the 4th grade. And the bell rang.
You still remember the grade?
The teacher passed out the report cards. Right before it was time for us to go home, the teacher passed out the report cards. And the bell rang for us to leave, and I did not get out of my chair. I sat there in that room, and I was crying. And the teacher said, "What's wrong?" I said, "I can't go home. Not with this." I could not take this home. She's like, "Well, you have to go home. You cannot stay here." So I walked home crying every step of the way. Got in the door, gave my mother my report card. She looked at it and she said, "You tried, didn't you?" I said, "I did, as hard as I could." And she said, "It's okay."
Family?
I just was never good at it.
And
I don't know why I was never good at it. I was good at everything else. I got A's in everything else. Could not do that.
Well, we got a mathematician. I'm quite sure he might call in. He gonna have some words for that. You already know this. You know, you done started it, so he gonna come.
Kill him. No.
Miss.
So this hate goes. This dislike for math goes way back for me.
Brother Kwame say, if you quantify and assess, you love mathematics, and not too many people do it better than you, Diane. Oh, that was so. That was so nice. That was so nice. Oh, that was so nice. No, yeah. So you know, something's coming after that. You know,
I know, right?
Right, you know. That was the sweet word. A slap is on his way or something. So be on your don't fall for it. Be on your toes. Sister Cynthia says, afraid to learn and take chances and just be a child and just be a human being. See, family, we got to remember, because I want y'all.
Well, you know what though?
Go ahead.
But you remember though, back in the day, we were told and taught that we had to be twice as good as everybody else.
There we go. Because and this is why. Because now this is a holdover from slave culture, from us being oppressed. We were bred. We were domesticated to serve others. What happens to a dog when somebody breaks in the house and the dog is not able to protect the house? What happens to a cow? What happens to a cow when it no longer can produce milk?
Steaks?
Exactly. Death. You know what I'm saying? So domesticated animals know that they were bred for a certain thing. So when you are not able to, so this is a holdover from slave culture, because you got to be twice as better if you're going into somebody else's world. So you're not
to even gain admission.
To even gain admission. You know what I'm saying? So let's go on and let's realize what we're doing and the trauma that we are continuing. And like I said, I'm not immune to it. I do the shit too. You know what I'm saying? But we have to learn to be able to distinguish. And this is the issue. One of the things that our ancestors always did, part of the process, not just in the rites of passage, but getting people to understand that you are a servant of the people. You are responsible for the people. You carry something bigger than yourself with you. You have a responsibility. So how can you go someplace and not do your best when you have that type of mindset? See, and then on top of that, if we look at some of the ways that people talk to us about certain subjects, you know what I'm saying? They could program a young person to honestly believe that they're not good at something that they actually might have a natural knack for. We are exposed to our enemies, to the enemies of our people at all times. And even when they are not our enemies on purpose, subconsciously. Because we got to understand, family, when we go to these schools, even though you have somebody well-meaning, what they have to realize at the end of the day, and maybe even subconsciously, is that they're preparing you to compete with their children. Am I going to give you 100% if I know you're going to take some food out of Cleveland's mouth? Come on now. Dr. Amos Wilson said a long time ago, when it comes down to them deciding whether they're going to feed their children or your children's going to lose all the time. And that's feeding them physical food, feeding them mental food, feeding them emotional food, feeding them spiritual food. You can never expect nobody to take better care of yours. No, we say this in Gye-Nyame. No one will treat your shit. No one will respect your shit more than you, nor should they. Family, we have to, first off, Sister Cynthia says, I didn't understand. She said he sprains his tail, Regina Idrisu. I don't understand. Also, who is determining the grading system? Exactly, the grading. And then if we really look at the roots of the grading system, see, because you have to start going into the roots. And one of the pieces that we have to start doing is we have to start setting up educational environments that are designed for our children. And if we can't do it every day, we at least need to strive to do it. If we can't do it every day, can we do it once a week? If we can't do it once a week, can we do it? You know what I'm saying? Can we do it once every other week? This is why I call it the 224 self-help process, where individuals spend at least 2 hours a day within every 24-hour period working on themselves. Now, of course, you won't be able to do the 2 hours at first, but you build up to it. And anything that we do is about small steps. It's about small little changes, not big, massive changes. And one of the issues I think that we have is that we expect giant, large changes in small amounts of time. We are in a generational war, and if we start understanding that, then we will be better able to prepare the next generation. Because he like, boom, all right, we done did this. All right, now for the next generation, this is what we need to start educating them for. Because that's what the education system does. It prepares the next generation to not only carry on the tasks that were being done, but to be able to have enough insight and enough foresight to prepare for what possibly could come in the future. That's what education is for. And we have to really ask ourselves, who future are our children being educated to protect? Especially when we are in the age of trillionaires. We're in the age of trillionaires, and some of us is sitting up here not even realizing that when somebody or a company is able to hold trillions of dollars, this means that there is less money flowing out here for everybody else. And if you already got less money than everybody else, what does that mean when more is frozen up at the top? How the hell can a company have hundreds of billions of dollars, trillions of dollars, and our economy is the way it is? This means if they got trillions of dollars, they're supposed to be paying taxes on that. If they're not paying the taxes, see, We got to understand this is why politics and economics go hand in hand. I quote the Godfather all the time. Economics is a gun. Politics is knowing when to pull the trigger, or even being able to pull the trigger. So if you don't have the gun and you don't have the person with the knowledge to pull the trigger, you always gonna lose. So let's move to the next one. I hope I did that proverb just. So that proverb was success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. All right, Miss C, I was about to call you Diane. Miss CeeLo, if you could pick a number between 1 and 2.
Let's go with number 1.
Number 1 is from one of my childhood heroes, Bruce Lee. Obey the principles without being bound by them. Obey the principles without being bound by them. You want to hit that one first, Miss CeeLo?
Yeah, let me think about that for a second. I think it's almost similar to what you were saying. Yes, we want to instill upon our children a standard of excellence in doing their best, but we don't need to make it such a hard and fast rule that there's no room for negotiation, there's no room for improvement, there's no room for accepting being a human being. So, there should be rules and standards, but there should also be common sense. There should also be development, growth, those teaching moments and opportunities. And if you already got all the books and the rules, carved in stone, a lot of times you don't allow for that.
Most innovation comes from mistakes. Most innovation comes from veering off the path that people normally walk. And for example, hip hop. Hip hop was something that was veering off the path. There were certain principles about music, certain things that you did, certain things that you didn't do, and hip hop was something that broke all that shit. You know what I'm saying? It obeyed the rules, it obeyed the principles, but it wasn't bound by them. You understand what I'm saying? Sankofa is the idea of obeying the rules, but not being bound by them. Because sometimes you go back to the past to fetch it, right? But we don't want to get stuck in the past, because if we get stuck in the past, then we are sitting duck for those enemies that's coming at us. Because we have to be able to adjust. We have to be able to adapt. We have to be able to overcome. And oftentimes, that means, because if I'm going to war with you, and I know that you have a set group of rules that you follow, and I want you to think about this. There was a story that one of my elders told, or I heard somewhere, about Shaka Zulu and one of the ways that the Zulus lost. Because there was a period in time where, if you look at a lot of our cultures, there's a period in time where when an individual went out to war, they were not able to come directly back into the village. There was a place where they went to where they would be able to decompress, right? To get that killing spirit off of them. And during that time, there's certain things that they would not do or could not do. So Europeans would attack during those times. Let's think about the war. It was a war, they call it the War of the Cats, where the Egyptians, and I don't know if this was us or this is when the West Asians, and we had incursions, but I think it was the Assyrians. The Assyrians found out they had problems beating the Egyptians, but they found out that part of the Kemites, I'm gonna say Egyptians because I don't think this was Kemites, but they found out that the cat was a sacred animal that the Egyptians would not harm at all. As a matter of fact, they would move out the way of the cats. So the Syrians, or whoever they was fighting, got a bunch of cats, put them in front of their army, had the cats move out in front of them, and while they was trying to take care of the cats, destroyed their ass. They obeyed the rules. They obeyed the rules. They did what they were supposed to see, because a lot of times, a lot of us, we act like we all, and this is something we got to get out of our heads. We act like we all serve the same God. We got to be clear on this. We act like there's these universal principles that everybody follow. Everybody don't follow my eye. We got to understand that. And we got to deal with people as that. And we got to be able to set the boundaries so when we be like, boom, 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 you don't practice my eye. And one of the key pieces that I got, because you was talking about this book, you took a picture of the book at the last EEC meeting, which we going to have this week because we got the warrior training this weekend, right? We're going to have the emotional emancipation circle. So those that are interested, come on out. We're going to be over at the Millennium Community School. I'm going to be there from 1 to about 6 p.m. on Kaumba. That's, what's the date? The date today is the 3rd. No, the 2nd. That's going to be on the 4th. That's Kaumba. Learn the language, right? And we was talking about a book that Marcus Garvey put together. And then this was one of the last books, if not the last book that he wrote, that gave instructions. And one of the things he said that all people that represent our culture as not just politicians, but what's those people called that are stationed to represent a country in another country? Diplomats. As diplomats, you have to learn how to lie. Let me say that again.
Being diplomatic.
Exactly. You have to learn how to lie. You have to learn how to lie. This was a critical lesson.
Not tell all the truth at one time.
Oh man. Sometimes you never tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to represent those people, and you can't, because being too truthful and being too upright with somebody that walks bent over exposes you to danger. You know what I'm saying? We ain't learned nothing. You know what I'm saying? In order for these people to get on the shores, we welcomed them on the shores. We welcomed them to sit at the edges of our cities. We gave them land.
Killed them on the site. Oh, sorry.
So I need y'all to understand, family. Another point that came out, Dr. Amos Wilson, who is cold, by the way. If you have not studied Amos Wilson, sit down, take a weekend. Instead of vegging out on Netflix, the latest Netflix, I challenge you, veg out on Amos Wilson.
Yeah, a lot of his videos are out there on YouTube. So just enter his name and they'll all pop up.
Amos Wilson was light years ahead of his time. Amos Wilson spoke about a rites of passage group, a rites of passage program, a rites of passage that a certain tribe of people in Africa went through. And one of the things, and I know some of y'all are going to get upset and be like, that's not my art. That's not right. One of the things that these young men learned during the rites of passage was how to steal. Hold on. Let me say that again. Y'all ain't hear me. Y'all not listening. Y'all didn't hear me. Why would they teach them that, Brother Hatim? Why would they teach them that? They didn't learn how to steal from their people. They learned how to steal from neighboring tribes and other peoples. Because at any given time when your family may need to eat, you will have to go out and wrestle somebody else's cattle and be able to defend that shit. Why, Brother Hatim? Family? Because when the choice comes down between your children eating and other children, and when I say your children, because I want y'all to understand, in a tribe, all children in that tribe are your children. We have been domesticated to such a point that we will allow others' children to eat before our children. We will allow our children to sit in the room and watch other people eat and discipline our children for having the nerve to want to go up and snatch somebody's plate. That's how domesticated we are. right? You know what I'm saying? Because you can see it. If you know somebody that's real good with dogs, they could tell the dog to sit. They'll put a hungry dog, they'll tell him to sit. They'll put a biscuit on the top of his nose. And that dog will sit there with that biscuit on top of his nose until their master says, you can eat. And they'll shake their nose and catch it before it hit the ground. That's how domesticated some of us have been. And then some of us are so domesticated that we even will stand up and protect them even when they're wrong. We'll come up with rationales to make them just in unjust situations. Come on, family. We got to do better. We have no choice. So, Bruce Lee says, obey the principles without being bound by them. Don't become a prisoner. Don't become a robot. Many of us, we get into our culture and we adjust it and we become robots within it. This is why Bruce Lee started his own martial arts style, because he didn't want his students becoming robots, because he knew that in a true battle, as in life, things switch swiftly. And if you're sticking to certain rules in your style, you're going to lose. Like, for example, Bruce Lee asked a question on a show. He was on a show one time, and he was teaching his white boy how to fight, right? And he gave the white boy a scenario, and he said, if you are on the ground and you are bound up, how would you get up? How do you get up out the situation? And the dude couldn't answer the question. Bruce Lee said, use your teeth, bite him. He said, but that's not honorable. I mean, and I'm paraphrasing, but in a fight for your life, what's honorable and what's not honorable? Brother Kwame says, it comes from having to watch the visiting preacher eat all the good fried chicken and biscuits while we sat there with our mouths watering. Ain't that something? It actually came from us watching watching owners eat at a picnic, and you hungry as hell. As a matter of fact, watching your mama serve them at the table. So let's do the last one so we get up off of here. First off, I want to welcome you to the congregation of Mighty. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. We are now embarking on the journey of tribal quotes. And of course, this is a Heart of a Simple production.
When we strive to blow for out paradigm.
Fight dirty if you have to. And this is the question that I want everybody to realize, right? What is fighting dirty? When you're in a fight, it took me a long time to realize this. What is fighting dirty?
My mother comes from a family of 11 children. And we were talking to them one time about, because they used to fight a lot when they were kids. They were known, reputationally as a family that would kick your ass. So we were asking them at a family gathering, who was the best fighter? Boys, girls, all of them. Between the 11, rank them. My mom was like in the top 2. She's not that big. My mom was like my height. I said, she could beat everybody? She said, they can tell you why. My mom's name was Pearl. He said, Pearl fight dirty.
Fight.
Pearl gonna do whatever she feel like she need to do to you to win that fight.
And family, we have to realize we're in the fight. We're trying to follow the rules. And what's even worse is the folk we fighting is the ones that set the damn rules.
And they breaking them all the time.
They break them all the time. Break them all the time.
And they're relying on the fact that we're going to stay within the parameters.
Exactly. Because, you know what I'm saying? Because of the consequences. Okay. Brother Kwame says, recall those Asian martial arts movies where they would call the art form to which they switched to accommodate the various art forms with which they were confronted. Rather than just poking the motherfucking eye and kicking them in the nuts and ending the movie, you know. Sister Cynthia says, welcome Stanley Carr. Good to see you tuned in. Welcome Stanley Carr. Is not following the rules. Right. They don't follow the rules. And it's like this in a battle. You know what I'm saying? In a war. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. We've been getting cheated for thousands of years. You know what I'm saying? This generational slavery shit was against the rules. This is why it was never practiced anywhere before. The shit we experience is against the rules. How we was treated was against the rules. Against the rules that they laid out. Come on, family. Sister Cynthia says, not being bound to the principles, doing whatever it takes to save your own life. Right? Obeying. It says, and I want to be clear on that. Obey the principles, because we got a lot of people out here doing shit that are not, they don't even obey the principles. They don't even have principles. So, in many ways, they the ones that's running our communities. And we have to understand this is different from do as thy wilt. Please understand that. Because it's the doing as thou wilt that got our community in a meltdown. Is what's been going on in our community since the 70s. Do as thou wilt. When you can't have a community with everybody doing what the fuck they want to do. When everybody's doing what thou wilt, you don't have a community. And when you don't have a community, you don't have any protection. And when you don't have any protection, anything can happen to you. And if anything can happen to you, anything can happen to your children. And if anything can happen to your children, your people die. In the words of Bruce Lee, be like water. There we go. There you go. Cynthia Johnson, you own it. You hot tonight, girl. You need to call in. Number 614-556-4535. It's frozen at the top of the screen on Facebook. But if you're on Spreaker, let me say it slow for you. 614-556-4535. Now, for those that want to be on the black signal, this is the signal that I throw up to let you know that the show is starting. Whether it's the morning toast or whatever, you could say you just want to be for this show, or you want to be for Tribal Quotes, or you want to be one of the daily toasters and get a text for that, or you want to just get information from when stuff is popping off in the community, like I posted up today. You know what I'm saying? Something going down this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Boom. You can be on the list. All you got to do is hit us up at 614-300-1875. That's a text number. Text me and be like, yo, I want to be on the call list for the show. Yo, I want to be on the call list for the community events and stuff like that. I just want to know about the events. Don't be texting me at 5 o'clock in the morning talking about the show is on. I don't want that shit. Just text me for community events. Text me for the Daily Toaster. You could be like, text Daily Toaster. You could say text me for Tribal Quotes. Text me for Folk Tales for Grown Folks. Or you could just say, hey, I want a t-shirt. Hey, I want a book. Hey, I want to get on that newsletter. Or I want to write for the newsletter, because that's coming next. Ain't that right, CeeLo?
Absolutely.
So it's going down. It's going down. All right, we got one more, because it's almost 11 o'clock, and I hate holding y'all up. So, this one is from Martin Luther King Jr. Freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressor. And we know that this was borrowed from Frederick Douglass. I can't remember the exact quote, but Frederick Douglass said this and was very clear about it. Freedom cannot be you know what I'm saying? And with this one, it's still kind of problematic. Freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed. You know what I'm saying? Freedom, your freedom your freedom or your freedom for your group can never be given to y'all any damn way. Let me say that again. Your freedom can't be given to you. Because if it can be given, it can be taken away. Freedom is something that you have to snatch out the hand. And if the hand don't want to let it go, you got to chop the goddamn hand off. See, because this is the issue, family. We think that freedom is something that can be given to us, when in fact, it can't be given to you. It is something that everybody's going to try to deprive you of, because if you are free, then you no longer work for anybody. People can't take advantage of you. Everybody wants a whooping boy or a whooping girl. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? A capitalist economy, let me say this. A capitalist economy requires a whooping boy and a whooping girl or a whooping group. And guess what? You ain't. So in order for you to get free, you're going to have to take your freedom from everybody. And anybody that challenges your freedom, you have to be willing to knock their goddamn teeth out their mouth.
Hello?
Hello? Somebody else on the line? Oh.
Yes, you're still on the line?
Yeah, we still on the show. I started late.
Oh, awesome. Greetings, everyone.
What's up? This is Lady J. She better have got on because she got paid for the rest of her life today. How my daughter-in-law doing?
You getting paid to be on the show? I ain't get my pay.
No, I didn't.
All right, so Lady J, we on the last proverb. I'm gonna let you have at it, and then we're gonna get up out of here. Cause you know, unlike you, some people gotta get up and go to work. Everybody ain't independently wealthy like yourself.
I get up and go to work every day. It's just too bad that when you go to work, you do no work.
Damn. All right, family, let me do this real quick. I must turn on the fuckery alarm. The fuckery alarm. Fuckery is afoot. Fuckery is afoot. Stay indoors. Please do not get the fuckery on you or anybody in your family. Why you come on here and you just call people out.
Okay.
I'm so good at what I do, I make it look like it's easy. Damn.
Oh, man. The videos are proof that it's easy. I have videos and pictures to prove just how easy it is, but
I got videos to prove that you tearing somebody's desk up too.
That I what?
You're sabotaging somebody's desk and blaming my children.
I'm sabotaging somebody's what?
You're sabotaging somebody's desk and blaming my children. I got pictures to prove it.
Oh my God, that's not. Please, oh my God, I'm going to say that you cannot use my picture to incriminate me. You got to get your own evidence.
No, that's admissible in court.
I took that picture.
You dry snitch.
You can't use that against me.
So you want to hear? Shouts out to Shaka. I see you on the line. You want to hit this last proverb, girl? I mean,
yes.
Lady J, because you far from
yes.
a girl. You're a full-grown woman, so I apologize. You're a full-grown woman on that nation-builder path. You ready?
I wish my coaches understood that I was a full-grown woman, but yes, I am ready.
Well, I mean, if they follow your leadership, even if they screaming and mad at it, you know what I'm saying? They do recognize it. All right, so
I say.
You know what I'm saying? All right, success is not my fault. Freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed. Martin Luther King Jr.
It must be what? Demanded?
Demanded by the oppressed.
Can you read it one more time, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed.
I got it.
We'll get it. Share it. Save somebody's life, because somebody out there right now is waiting for your words. Hold on. Brother Kwame said, remind Lady J of the first and second aphorisms. Letter. Uh-oh. There you go. That brilliance is coming out. Do you know what he talking about? Remind Lady J of the first and second aphorisms. I don't know.
No, sir.
All right. Well, he gonna clarify that. You got to clarify that before you go to bed, Kwame. All right, go ahead and break it down, Lady J.
That wasn't me. That was someone else.
What? You said you got it.
I didn't say I had it.
Who said that?
Chaka said it.
Oh, well, go ahead.
Who was the one who said that power was never granted?
Frederick Douglass.
Frederick Douglass said that.
Right.
And so I feel like what MLK said is a derivative of that, only from a state of pacifism. Because if we understand freedom to be synonymous with power, then we would show it in moving by faith, not fear.
I thought you were going to say it was passive because he said to demand it. It would have been that seems a little passive to me, because I would want to just take it.
Take it.
That's what he. I mean, that's what he mean. Y'all saying the same thing, Lady J. I think you misheard.
But demanding, if I'm demanding you to do something, it's like I'm telling you to do it. But if I'm taking it, I don't need you to do anything.
Well, and power. Here's the thing. Marcus Garvey says that you'll never win one's opinion through confrontation. And the piece is that in power, I think that even in your demanding it, it's not a request. It's a declaration. Like, yo, this is mine. Get out of here. Now, the action that happens next is based on the opinion of that individual. I don't think you got the minerals to push me out.
So you're saying that freedom is synonymous with power?
You don't?
Or are you just using that as an example?
No.
You're saying that freedom is synonymous with power.
Yes.
All right. Now, I'm going to say this. You do have to have power to be free.
I don't believe that.
Okay. And then we got.
Or I don't know that it's going. I shouldn't say it that way. What would be? Yeah, I don't want to. I'm saying that I don't agree.
Okay.
I don't agree that you have to have power to be free.
Okay.
When I think about freedom and liberty, I think that the reason why we say that these are inalienable rights is because they're given to us by God, right? And so,
right.
Essentially, I am in control of my freedom. It's like a peace of mind, a state of mind.
So this is the thing, is that if you believe that, then you believe that we are all equally yoked. And if we are all equally yoked, because, for example, when we speak of power, even biblically, what are we talking about? The power of life and death all lie in the tongue. Don't we all got a tongue? Right? So the whole piece is
the reason when I think about the reason why our tongue is so powerful, I'm using the word power. Okay. I always go back to when it said that God spoke life. And so I think that if we are created by God, that makes us gods as well. So if we are to believe that these things were spoken to existence, then we must know too that we embody that same thing. So when
Lady J, let me just ask you one simple question.
We too create, we too, tear down. We have the power of the tongue as well because we are gods. Yes.
I say. Now let me ask you one question though. What good is power without the freedom of expression?
All right, wait, hold on.
I don't understand the question.
Lil J, hold on before you answer that question. Brother Kwame asked a question. Shaka, how are you defining power?
Ashay, good question, Kwame.
Damn, this is. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. Right now, I'm throwing a blind hand out on the table. This is what I feel at the very moment. I haven't put a lot of thought in it. But when I heard when I heard the proverb versus the other statement by Douglas,
right,
it's the same energy to me, just a different side of the coin. So while Lady J, and I'm asking like loaded questions to Lady J about that, where right now she's not convinced. And I think that maybe if we put more thought and meditation into it, we will find a commonality in the way that we. But you know what I mean. So
let me throw a definition out there. Power is the ability to define reality and have others respect that reality.
And I'm an artist, so every time I speak, I create that reality.
Okay, can I say this? When I think of this word power, I think of the word empower. So when I'm trying to empower someone, I'm trying to get them to the point where they will do just that first part of your definition. What was your first part?
The ability to define reality.
Define reality. That I will empower them to know that they are the agent of change. They are basically the only person holding them back is them, right? That we can do anything. That's what when I think of being empowered and what our people lack, and what we need to do in order to get us back on track, we have to empower them. And so to do something.
Is it really?
If you look at the action in there,
okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Is it really empowering them? Maybe we might need to use another word.
Hold on, time out. Let's study the process that Lady J is going through. When she empowers, what is it that you're actually doing? And what is the movement?
Cultivating. I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing. I'm cultivating a sense of pride. You cultivate a sense of pride in yourself. So then, when you cultivate, and I say that they have to be empowered, so that we can cultivate this sense of pride. Because I believe that the reason why my people are in a predicament that they're in is because they lack a sense of pride. The way that we are depicted, the way our stories are told, the way our history is told, is nothing that would make me prideful if I believe his story, right? But if I know my story, the story of my people, if I know the narrative, if I understand it, if I look at the glass as half full instead of half empty, now I am empowered.
Right.
Now I am empowered. Now I feel like I can make a difference.
All right, let me say this.
I need to find another way.
Don't y'all two ever call my show at 11 o'clock again. Y'all come in late, and this is a good conversation. We're going to keep it rolling, but goddamn, we is at the last part. I knew it. But good conversation. Keep it going. Go on, get her, Shaka.
All right, so look, Lady J, this is the thing that I'm trying to do. I am from beginning to end. What happens when you plant that seed and when it manifests? What is the evidence there? Because that's when we're able to see both the freedom and power in a very synonymous pattern because it works together. Here's the piece: is that the freedom of expression.
So what is you're asking me to tell you what is that end process? You want to know what is the result at the very end? That's what you want to know?
That's what I'm asking. I think that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, I can tell you the result at the very end would be it would be infrastructure in our community. It would be us owning homes. It would be us investing in the places where we live, putting the unity back in the community. That's what it would look like, because we would take these matters into our own hands. We would not be waiting. We would not be waiting on people to come solve our problems.
Hold on.
We would be, yes.
I don't think now. First, I'm going to say, I don't think we're waiting for others to solve our problems. But now I have a question for you.
I'll give you an example.
Wait, hold on. I'm going to ask you. I want to ask you a question. So, what happens when a community does all the things that you say? They form their reality. They empower themselves. But outsiders come in and infringe upon that.
I don't worry about that.
See, but hold on. You wait. Time out. You can't be a nation builder and not think about that, because part of building a nation is also building in the infrastructure that you said that could defend itself.
So I have thought about that, and so it goes to my example that I was just going to provide you, my concrete example of how we wait for others to come in and do something. Right now, I continue to lose people, either that my people know or that I know personally, to gun violence, right? Murders happening over and over and over again, right? And so who is supposed to stop that? When we have young people who are reckless, who are we waiting to come solve that problem? Who are we waiting to come solve this problem? I remember when they started these petitions about getting heroin treatment and this, that, and the other. Black people were saying, oh, I'm not signing that petition. They didn't want to do anything about heroin, so white people this and white people did that. My people have been hooked on heroin for years. If signing that petition is going to get them to pour some of that heroin money from the federal government into this community, we've been needing it a long time ago, especially in places like Mount Vernon. You can just ride past. Some people have been nodding off for my whole life. But you won't sign a petition because you believe that the only reason why they want to do something for white people. No, this affects our people.
All right,
who are we waiting on to come fix that? We had somebody, I was at a Little League game. We had somebody OD in the porta potty. Who are we waiting on to solve that problem?
Hold on. Now, that comes from people feeling, feeling empowered to be able to do whatever the fuck they want to. That's part of people creating their own reality, but not really having anything to enforce their reality, so they use drugs to escape that. Hold on. Let me read. That's my opinion. That's my opinion, but hold on.
You want to know what that is?
Wait, hold on.
That is socialization.
See, wait. Well, cool. Part of that socialization process is making sure you understand that you don't have control over your reality. Most black folks, hold on, because most folks, if you can't control, if you can't protect it, you don't own it. You can't keep it. Just like freedom can't be given to you, because you always got to be willing to defend your freedom. You got to always be willing to defend it. You got to be able to. If you can't defend it, you're going to lose it. That's that. Don't you understand? That's the issue that's going on with North Korea right now. North Korea is like, I'm not getting rid of my shit because I already know that as soon as I get rid of these bombs, you're going to get rid of me. I got these bombs, so I got something to negotiate with you about. You know what I'm saying? Power is the ability to define a reality, and it's cool. And everybody out here define their reality, but do you have the power to enforce your reality? When a police officer comes to your porch to take your ass away, can you get that police to respect the fact that you have created reality and you have the right to have that reality? No, you have to go with him because your reality is interfering with their reality. They made it very clear in The Godfather. They said, as long as your interests don't conflict with mine, we have no problems. Soon as your interests start conflicting with theirs, they let you know whose reality you are in. So if we are going to be talking about nation building, we have to start talking about not only creating the reality, but being able to defend the reality. If we think we're going to think our way about this shit, it's not going to happen. If we think we're going to vote ourselves out this shit, it's not going to happen. If we think we just going to earn money and earn money and get out this shit, it's not going to happen. We got to do it all.
Okay.
Let me finish. We got to do it all together. Now, before either one of y'all talk, let me do this. The words we use empower us. This is Miss Cynthia Johnson. Brother Kwame say, and what is done to secure those rights you speak of? In the answer, you are exercising power. Each person creates their own reality. That Sister Cynthia did follow up. She says, when you get infringed upon, that's the time to fight dirty, as we said before. Because it was some proverbs that we kind of went over that kind of fed into this. And that's what Brother Kwame was talking about. The other proverbs that kind of fed into this as well, that kind of led the conversation, right? Because I understand, Lady J, you come with the conservative piece, and I dig it, but I'm like this, family.
I got something else to tell you though, real quick. The proverb that you read, just what you just said about how we can't, when you just went, and I just loved it because it was a good segue. When you said, what did you say? We have to do all of these things. Is that what you said?
We gotta do them all.
Or no, you said we can't do it just with one of them. We can't do it just
you
through
can't.
voting, right?
You can't win a battle on one front. You can't win a war on one front. You can't do it. Go ahead.
So do you remember on Mario Brothers? On Mario Brothers, every time you went into the castle to get the princess, I don't remember which game. I mean, which game system this was on, but you had to jump on the dragon, right? And then you had to hit the dragon with the firepower, and then you had to jump on the other side, and you had to hit him again, get it. That's how you take down the system. So I agree with what you said. It's not about doing one thing. It's about doing all of those things.
Now,
that's why it's important that we do something that we're going to do. Because if everyone is doing something, we're hitting it from all sides.
But hold on, time out. Part of warfare is organization. If we are not organized in our actions, then we are all just spreading actions out uselessly. If it is not organized, see, because we keep on coming with this do as thou will shit. This is the shit that's tearing us up. This is the shit that people want to. Wait, hold on.
Get ready to drop the bomb. Get ready to drop the bomb. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Go ahead, drop it.
Are you ready?
Go ahead.
Okay. This is where my philosophy and your philosophy splits. But the crazy part about this is that you taught me this. When you taught me this one thing, it made a click in my head, and I figured it out. So when you told me to dump and flip my Unguzu Saba upside down, it made more than enough sense to me. So when I say, I get that you said it takes organization, that is unity, but first I have to do something.
No.
I have to get my mind. Oh. All right. It starts with thyself. It starts with thyself.
It starts with your
and then
tribe,
we can
baby.
Organize on a different
I hear you.
level.
It does start with yourself, but the tribe. The issue is that our tribe is not forming ourselves. We got other people's tribe, which is forming ourselves, so we can never work within our tribe. We always working to serve other people. You ain't got to understand it, because the whole culture you was raised up in is not even a major portion that is not even your culture. It is a parasite that is teaching you how to support others.
What do you mean?
Oh my God! Some of the shit we doing, some of the shit is. This is not. But hold on. Let me read. Hold on, Shaka. Wait, but let me read. Let me read what Sister Cynthia is saying. When you get infringed, okay. I played Miss Pac-Man, not the damn Mario Brothers, and I didn't play neither one of them that much. The words of Brother Shaka. The words of Brother Shabaka Toure. She pulled up one of the ancestors in Bluetooth. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Let Shaka go and then go on, Lady J.
I am because you are. That's awesome.
But that's culture, right?
Yeah, but can I tell you something really quick? And Shaka, I'm going to be 2 seconds, literally.
No, never 2 seconds.
When I say that this is my culture, I'm saying it in a sense that my heritage, my race, my ethnicity, those are all different things. But my culture, literally, I think it is African American. So it is a blend. My people built this country.
Baby,
They
I'm not.
made jazz. They made all of these things. They made it. Gosh.
Hold on. Stop. Hey. Listen, we're gonna have to stop the show.
They are.
We're gonna have to stop the show because my phone just turned off. My Facebook family is off the line. We can stay here and argue, but it's just us. But I want to thank both of y'all for joining me tonight. I'm gonna shut it down because, first off, it's after 11. Second, which is cool, but I gotta get up. Second, I don't want that family to miss. This is why I'm trying to make sure we able to do the thing on the other piece. I want to thank both of y'all for tuning in. And I'm gonna say peace for now. Those that are out there on Spreaker, y'all could join us on the Daily Toast. And we'll carry this conversation because I know Lady J is gonna come. She done hung up. Who hung up? Lady J done hung up. So family, this is Brother Hatim, and we are out. Peace out. Peace out, Spreaker.